Yes, I'm back again this quickly. I want to talk about this missing individual out of Harlan County, Kentucky. Now, this young man's been missing since 2022. As of February 2026, the case remains an active, unsolved investigation by the KSP, which is the Kentucky State Police. Hey, May May. Thank you, Mr. A. So let's get down to the timeline and a little bit of details on this. July 19, 2022 was the last contact. He was last seen leaving a home in Cranks Creek on foot, telling his mother he was going to meet a friend in Wallens. July of 2022 was his disappearance. He vanished in late July of 2022 in the Tots area of Harlan County, Kentucky. August 5th, 2022 is when his family reported him missing. November 2022 was the last family update. That was the last contact his mother reported with KSP was in November of 2022 when she was advised someone would contact her in the future. What does that mean, someone will contact you in the future? Mags, thank you for bringing this to my attention. I just felt it was real important to get it out there. So she was advised someone would contact her in the future. What does that mean? February 3rd through the 7th of 2026, it is an active status. KSP continues to ask for public assistance, confirming the investigation into this young man's disappearance is active with a detective by the name of Kevin Howard, who is leading the case. At the time of the disappearance, this young man, I don't want to say his name wrong. Hey, Stephen, Elgon, I want to say Elgon, Elgon. Like I said, I don't want to mispronounce his name. He was 5'9" tall. At that time, he was 143 pounds. He had blue eyes and brown hair. Now, he also had distinguishing marks, which are tattoos of a monster symbol on his chest and family first on his collarbone. Anyone with information is asked to contact KSP, Post 10 in Harlan, Kentucky at 606-573-3131. Let me see. I have been researching this young man. I want to see all the information that I can get out about this young man. I believe he had children. Let me get to the site. This is on Facebook that I've got pulled up right here. But from my understanding, when I started to do some research, he had children of his own. His kids were little when he went missing. I'm not sure how many children he had. And I apologize, you guys. I just, when I got Mags's, when Mags tagged me in this, I just went into full see what I could find mode to get this man's name out there. He is a man, right? Yeah, I don't understand that. What is that? We'll contact you later. It doesn't make any sense. And you do not have to thank me, Mags, because this is what my channel's supposed to be about. thank you for ground guiding me back. Things were going a little astray for me, and I appreciate you bringing me back to where I need to be, for sure. So he was last seen, he was going to go meet a friend. I don't know if it's going to let me have any more info. There is quite a lot on Facebook, but it's not really telling me a lot of personal information. Now, I did go to a Facebook post. I can't tell you which one it was. And his mother needs him home. His mother needs him home. Hey, Flies, thank you guys for coming back in. I appreciate it. I really do. I think it's very important just to get this young man's picture out there. Mags, do you know how many children that he had when he went missing? I'm not getting what I need. I have tried to pull up his timeline. That's kind of wild. And, I guess that's kind of just irrelevant at the moment. He has been missing for about 4 years now. About 4 years. And how can I word this? Because people don't understand when you're in Kentucky, Tennessee, different places like that. There are a lot of opportunities for something to happen and you go missing very quickly. Getting a ride with the wrong person, different things like that. Now, I'm not sure because he's been missing for this period of time if the initial information, maybe they didn't get as deep into it as what we're used to. We are, of course, always used to getting everything that we can off of it. I know his mother seems to be active on Facebook, trying to find him. So I apologize. I have researched it. If I find anything more, I will definitely let you guys know. Individuals stating he was a good person. He had babies that had to grow up without their dad. Of course, we pray that he's found safe. Maybe I can, at some point, reach out to his mom and see if she can give me a little bit more of an idea of anything. So we recently had an elderly man go missing, unfortunately. Yes, I seen that, Mags, when I was researching this. When I was researching this, I absolutely seen where they were talking about that individual that went missing and was found deceased in an old car. This is it. I know that we're in the middle of winter and it's cold everywhere. And it is just extremely important that if you have a missing loved one, call law enforcement immediately. Immediately. He is now 30 years old, I want to say. I believe that Clifford Nance, is that who you were talking about, honey? No, this individual was found safe. This individual had been missing and he was found safe. So, yeah, he went missing and they absolutely looked for him. Another, yeah. I'm sure rugs were involved in that one. See, and that's a bad thing too, because if these individuals are out there doing some substances, they may not even know where they were at. Let me pull that up real quick, Mags. I'll pull his name up real quick. Here we go. Let's see if the Harlan paper is going to let me have this article. Usually they make me pay for it. There it is. Let me get this pulled up here. I don't want to mess with that. Family heartbroken after remains of missing man is found by police. The search for a missing elderly man in Harlan has come to a tragic end, with the KSB reporting that his remains has been found in an old abandoned vehicle along US 421 at Kaywood. James Grubb, who was known as Garfield, was pronounced unalived at the scene on Thursday, where his car was located by Harlan County Coroner John Derrick No. He had been missing for over a week. Family reported the case to KSB on the 25th of January when they lost contact with him after he was released from jail. Oh, he was 70 years old. He was released from jail. They lost contact. A driver had dropped him off after giving him a ride from the Harlan County Detention Center. Wow, how sad. Wow. How sad is that? He was acting different the last couple weeks. He has been in a nursing home almost 10 years. He wasn't aware things were different. Well, what did he end up going to jail for then? They said there was a blankets that were found outside the car. Evidence of food, a gallon jug of gas was also on the scene. Nothing suspicious at the scene. Wow. That's horrible. They think that it was exposure and hypothermia. It's a suspected substance overdose at this point because substances and paraphernalia were found in the vehicle. Why was he in jail? His daughter had seen him at Christmas. If he was in a nursing home, how'd he end up in jail? Lord. I just got too many questions. Oh, he walked off from the nursing home. Wow. When I worked at a nursing home years ago, and we had a patient that actually did the same thing, walked right out of the nursing home, and they had caught her a couple times. She had went in to somebody's house, and the person walked in their house, and she's sitting in their recliner chair. Well, of course, they knew she came from the nursing home, and so the nursing home went and got her. It was like the third time that she got out, it was bitter cold outside. She didn't make it to that house. She didn't make it to the house. So sad. And I can tell you guys something. This young man's mother is devastated. She is devastated. We're not sure. Like I said, the only thing I have is that he was going to visit a friend, and they haven't seen him again since. So we definitely need to keep this young man's name out there. Mags has it on her community post. I put him on my community post. And it's just very important, you guys, that, you know, we keep these missing children and, you know, young adults and even adults. We need to keep their name out there. We really do. Yeah, I don't understand why the nursing home didn't report him missing at all. And I want to know who he hooked up with that gave him substances. I wouldn't think if he was in the nursing home that he would have money, right? Very sad. Very sad. So Elgon Partin Jr, 30 years old, was last seen in 2022. How sad is that? But I'm sure Mags and people from that area can tell you that people can go missing very, very quickly. Very quickly. Let's put it this way. One time in Kentucky, I had a conversation where someone told someone else, I'll throw you down the side of that cliff and they'll never find you. And my mind went to, they can throw you over the side of that cliff and they're never going to find you. For sure. Absolutely. There's areas that can't even really be searched through, you know, depending on the weather until summertime. If someone goes missing in the winter, I mean, you're really lucky that if they find you within that time in those type of areas, right? Well, it's weird that they didn't call and tell his daughter that they were missing. Now, from my understanding, this young man's family, I don't believe they know where to even begin to look for him. And that is sad, you guys, because where do you look? Very sad. Very, very sad. Yeah, mining shafts, even if they're condemned. Very, very sad, you guys. Very sad. Sinkholes. Yeah. For sure. Caves. They're everywhere. They are everywhere. You just never know. I mean, you just never know. For sure. For sure, for sure. But I am not going to keep you guys on here because I was on here earlier. Thank you guys for showing back up. I think it's real important that we keep these missing individuals out here. I will keep checking to see if I can find out any more information. Please make sure you look at the banner and his name and all that information is there. The phone number to the KSP is there. If you have any relevant information, please, please, please. Hey, J-Dub. My mom escaped from a high security nursing home several times. She had Alzheimer's. She would sit there and equalize everybody that punched in the code to get in the facility. Wow, your mom is a smart cookie. For sure. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Don't thank me, Mags. And I'm sorry I didn't get your tag when you tagged me. But I did put it on my community wall for everybody to see. And definitely anything you want me to check out, don't hesitate to drop me an email either. You can always drop me an email too, Mags, for sure. And like I said, thanks for getting me back on track because this is what's important to me. The missing, the exploited, children, young adults. And even though it's been, thank you, Poppy, even though it's been all this time, hey, the mouse, somebody has to know something, right? Somebody has to know something. So, hey, H. So, I'm going to get off here because I did have you guys on here quite a while today. And thank you guys so much. Thank you for showing back up and hanging out while we talk about something very, very important. I appreciate you guys. Peace out. Do you? Like I said, I will try to research a little bit more and see what we can find out. I know tomorrow I'm definitely going to be talking about doing an update on the Jack and Lily Sullivan case. So I hope you guys come and hang out then too. So you know how we are over here, low budget channel. We talk about whatever comes up, and absolutely this is important. So you guys go do you, be you, have fun, and I will catch you guys later. Thank you guys. Thank you mods. I appreciate you. I really do. All right, peace out. Have a good night. And don't forget about these missing individuals. It's very important. All right, thank you guys. Peace out.